Hey there, welcome back to TomGirl. We are on episode 35 already, and we are with actress, writer, director, producer, social media influencer, and brand manager, Carmen Ramos. This is going to be fantastic, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Yeah, we're laughing because I'm like, you do everything. You do it all.
I'm a little gem.
Yeah, it's great. Well, welcome so much, Carmen. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Where can everybody follow you on social media?
On Instagram, you can follow me at Carmen Ramos, and on my YouTube, the same thing.
All right, great. And I love that she picked this as her intro song because I just saw 50 Shades this weekend with my mom.
I want to see it. I want.
It is hot. You should. All right. Well, so much I want to ask you tonight, but let's first start with how you kind of got your start. So one of your first things that you did was an MTV show. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So when I first started in like the entertainment business, the first show that I did was this show called Nikki and Sarah Live on MTV, and that was like my first gig ever. And I was like, oh my God, I love this. This is great, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I never thought like I'd be able to act or do something like that. And once I got my feet wet, I was like, I want to do this. This is great.
Yeah. What did you do on that particular show?
Okay, so we did like a spoof for Pretty Little Liars. So I had to be like the telenovela like star, and I played Hannah, which is really funny because she had blonde hair and like kind of ditzy. So like that's what they gave me there. So that was really fun. And we were in a cemetery, which is really funny. And Nikki and Sarah they don't know how to speak Spanish, so they were like on like Speaking Spanish for Dummies, and they were like, we don't know how to speak Spanish, and we're just like trying to guess what they're saying, which is really funny. Yeah.
Had you acted much before that?
No,
or that was your first.
That was my first, and I was just like, wow, like I could do this, and I don't have any experience. You know, when you act like you have crazy experience, that's when you're like, you know, they say fake it till you make it. That's what I did, and I'm surprised that I got to that point. And I was like, wow, MTV's calling me to do this big show. Like they've interviewed Justin Timberlake and all that for the VMAs, and they had their own show, and I was just like, this is amazing.
So then after that, where did you go from there? Did you decide to take classes, or were you just like, I'm going to keep rolling with this? And
no, I decided to take classes. I was like, you know what? I want to take this seriously. I want to be able to do more. So in New York, I started taking classes, and then here, like I moved out here, and my agents and managers were like, you need to move out here. So then I started taking classes here at Margie Haber. She's great. She's amazing. She's really good at comedy. She's good at anything. So with her, I learned a lot.
And then you got picked up to work on Kevin Hart's app. Tell me about that app.
Okay, so it's called Laugh Out Loud. And the scene that we had to do is like he does his like comedic like skits. So, you know, like where he's talking about everything that's happened to him. So one of the episodes is like, it's called babysitting. So one of them was he's babysitting, and his daughter has to make a decision as to who she has to throw off. And that would be me.
You were the one.
Yeah. So now you could put a face to the character that he's talking about, which is really cool. Because before, like, you know, you would hear him in his comedies, and you'd be like, well, who is it? And who is he talking about? So now you're putting the face to everybody, and everybody that's on the app as well is like an influencer. So if they've done the Vine, they've done the YouTube, they're on social media, which is pretty cool.
That is. Yeah, so for those of you that aren't familiar with it, go to the App Store and download the Laugh Out Loud, right?
Yes.
Laugh Out Loud app, the Kevin Hart's app. And there's all kinds of fun stuff on there. I was on it, researching you and looking it up. So it's really fun to check out.
Yeah, he has a lot of stories, and a lot of different. It's not even just his skits, it's just like all other things too that he has up there, which you guys need to, you know, take a look at.
What did you learn from working with him or on that?
On that, I learned you know, it's just you learn different techniques on certain things. I did my own stunt in that one, which is pretty cool, like me falling off the bed. I was like, I've never thought I could just fall off the bed, but I did. So I learned how to be a stunt girl for that day. So yeah.
And now is that what inspired you? Because you currently now are doing your own YouTube series, which you write, produce, cast, and direct, and act, everything, right?
Everything,
Yes.
everything. Also, who's been helping me, he's also a director. His name is Jeff Reyes, and his YouTube is Echoes World. He actually, like, I told him the idea, and he was like, I'm on board, let's do it. I'm like, okay, cool. He's worked with a lot of big artists, kind of like The Weeknd and like other big artists as well. He's done like music videos. Right now he's working on a movie. So he when I told him, he's like, let's do it. Because the project it's 4 to 5 minutes, and it's a series, because people's attention span is just so short. So when they see a series that small, they get like, oh my God, I want more, I want more, I want more. And it's great because it's in such little time that they get it.
So how often do you put out a new episode?
Well, the first series is out already, and it's 4 to 5 episodes. So right now we're working on season 2. So you guys need to stay tuned.
For more. Give me a little more details about how that process, though. So when you had the idea, like how you developed it and how you went from having the idea to actually now having the first season done.
Okay, so what happened was I went through so many experiences here in Hollywood. And I put myself as a guinea pig. So in every story, there's some truth to it. I'm not going to say what, but there's some truth to every story. So for me, I'm just like, I want to give a good message, but I want it to be dark comedy. So people can laugh a little, not be like, oh my God, this is so serious. But they can get the idea. Kind of like that show Smilf. If you've seen it on Showtime, I think it's hilarious. Like she puts herself in situations and she's like, oh my God. That's the same thing with my series.
So when we wanted to get going, then you wrote it yourself?
Yes.
You write each of them yourself?
Each and
then
every one of them myself.
What's the crew like? Do you have one camera guy?
No, it was a big production. There were about 20 people working with me on this. We had light, we had cameras, we had sound, we had drones, we had everything. We had makeup, we had hair, we had the whole cast. So it was a pretty big production, and we were all winning at the same time as well.
So did you bring all that together?
Yes, I actually did bring all that together. But Jeff also helped me because he saw the vision in it as well. Yeah.
So now what do you see for that? I know you can't give away what you're going to do next season, but what are your goals for this series?
I want it to be picked up by a huge network. That's my thing, like where people are able to see it on YouTube and they're like, wow, like I really like this show, like we would want to watch it on television. That'd be great.
So there's goals, putting it out there, there in the
right?
universe.
I'm just putting it out there in the universe. Someone who's ever watching and wants to pick up the show, give me a call.
What are for some of those people out there that may have ideas of wanting to do their own YouTube show? What are maybe some of the things that along the way you were like, oh shoot, I wish I would have known this, or were there any moments like that you're like, okay, the next time I'm going to know not to do this, or I'm going to be sure to do this?
Well, I've been very lucky, which is great, but when you're starting a show, you have to make sure what your intentions are, and you want to make sure also like reading the contract and getting everything together, knowing all your paperwork before you put yourself in a hot mess. Me, I've been lucky. Everybody has been on my side, and I've been on theirs, so I've been totally like blessed, lucky.
So then probably a great portion of it is working with the right people and surrounding yourself with the right types of people.
Yeah, because if you don't have like a good support team, then that's the whole key, because you're working together on something big. So you want to make sure like everyone around you is positive and just like they believe in you and you believe in them. So.
Ever any moments where you doubted it or doubted any of this? Like, maybe Hollywood, going through some of the,
I still do. I still do. I'm just like, it's just one of those things where, it's kind of playing like in the devil's playground here. You're like, oh, I have this, but no, I don't have that. But then you get something like this, and then you're like, oh, I don't know. So sometimes you're just like,
yeah, the city can be
right.
it's a fun for
But
that,
it's
yeah.
fun. It's fun after all. Once you see like your progression and what you've done, you're just like, let me just keep going. Let me see how far I can go.
Yeah. And especially, I mean, we'll talk about you being the social influencer and just right after this, but I think that's hard too now, like comparing yourself to maybe what other people are doing and being like, oh, well, I don't have that like them, or my show doesn't have as many likes as theirs yet, or, you know, those kind of things, the traps you can fall into getting like worried about.
Yeah, like social media now is so big. Like before they even hire you to do like a movie or whatever the case may be, now they ask you, hey, how many followers do you have? Or I'm like, wait, what about my talent? You know, what if I'm really, really good? What is all? But it all has to come down to if you're personable, if you're on it, if you're a business person. So it's not just likes or followers. It's more like, are you business minded and can you take it to the next level? You know, and a lot of people are like they complain about it and they don't do anything about it. But to me, you look at it as a business opportunity, and then you can grow more and more from it.
Yeah, for sure. What are some of the like business lessons that you've learned then?
Like for me, it's just like engaging with your fans. That's number one. Like you can't just be like, oh, okay, let me just ignore these people. No, like everybody who supports you, you support them, you know? And another thing is like, how do I explain it? There's always a theme on Instagram like that I have. So you have to make sure what you're selling or who you are as a person on Instagram or whatever it is that you're trying to be on. If it's YouTube or any of those social media platforms, like you want to make sure everyone knows what you do and who you are, because then they won't get confused. They're more like, oh, okay, I know who this person is and what they do, rather than them guessing like, oh, okay, it's just another hot chick on Instagram.
So for you, in narrowing down what you wanted to sell yourself as or market yourself as, how did you come, what is that now, and then how did you get there?
Okay, so my Instagram is just solely for fashion purposes. So for me, it's just like, let me put this nice outfit on, let me show it in like pictures and in the video content. So where they're able to see like, oh, she can sell this, she's cool at this. And the thing is, I have a team that helps me out with the videos and the photos and everything, and I help them edit it as well, like just to make it look perfect. But you have to make sure that it also is clear and it's not on an iPhone, because a lot of people are like, you know, they use their iPhone, but it doesn't grasp the eye. Like you have to understand people's attention span and everything. Like they want everything to look super clean and neat. So for me, I'm like, that's so important. Like it has to be, I don't know, I don't want to be called a perfectionist because I'm not perfect, but it has to be done a certain way.
What kind of camera do you use?
Okay, so there's the Canon, there's an Nikon, but I love that I've used before the Red, but those are crazy. Yeah. Those are like movie cameras, but I'm obsessed with them.
Yeah, they're beautiful.
So things like that. But if you can make your image as clear as possible and people get to know what exactly you do, your game.
So how did you go from, you know, first starting out this game, now you have like, I think 45,000 followers, right? So was there
Hopefully
something?
we get more.
Yeah, more tonight. But how did that grow, or when did you see, okay, I have 100 today. Wow, now I have 1,000. Like, can you talk about that process and evolution a bit?
It's so funny because, like, a lot of people don't know this about me, but back not too long ago, I was helping a friend out on his social media, and I would check out for him what videos to make viral before he passed away, and he mentored me a lot, and his name is Q from World Star Hip Hop. So for him, like, I would send him like content after content, so I had the eye to see what people wanted and liked. So for me, I was just like, oh, if I could do this here, I could do it for my own content. Like, what do people want and like? So for me, that was just like, he mentored me to see more and more. on that.
And you've had a lot of people wanted to see the fashion and then the
Yeah.
different outfits that you could
Yeah,
come up with.
exactly.
I think we have. Did you already flash through some of them? I think we have some. Okay, well, let's flash through some of the. I pulled a few shots. There's so many wonderful to choose from. See, for me, like this, I know this was one of your older ones that you said that your look has evolved since it. But I loved like just the blue shoes on the fuchsia and the white. Like I just this one draws me in.
For me, I used to work at Fashion Week in Bryant Park. This is when I first started like with some type of industry. So it was fashion first, and I was doing that because I was living in New York. I'm you know, from Queens and everything. So for me, fashion. Even since I was little, my parents always dressed me, and for me, it's just something that I look at and I'm like, I have to be dressed and I have to look apart. Like this is me. This is my signature. So the white and the blue shoes.
I gotta say the background also like really like
It pops.
helps you stand out.
Yeah.
And also, what is that background? It's very interesting.
It's actually
Isn't
a
it
big
cool?
sofa.
Really.
Yeah, that I sat on. I was just like, you know what? This is what I'm gonna put this as a picture.
I was thinking big sofa, but I was like, it can't be.
I know, it's so tall on that back.
It's a huge sofa.
I think the texture of it too. Like I love photography, and like for me too, the texture, the simple stuff in the back got me too.
Oh, okay. So this was All-Star Weekend recently. So no, this was really quick. I just wanted to wear a blue top, have my hair like normal, and just walk out. Something quick, easy, done. Oh, okay. So I was channeling kind of J-Lo in here.
I see that.
Yeah. So for me, like a blouse, leggings, boots, I feel like it's not too much and it's easy. You know, I always something to go to. Like blacks is usually my color. And I'm like, oh my God, like if I want to just go and not worry about what I look like, black. Oh, the red dress.
Yes, I love this dress on you.
That's a statement. That's a statement piece. Oh, okay. So this is my friend's line, and she sent me this, and it's like a two-piece type of thing, which I think is pretty cool.
There's pants underneath.
It's a pants, right? And it's like it kind of looks like I don't know how to explain it. It's called a duster. That's right. It's a duster. So it goes all the way down to your feet, and it ties up here. But you can wear like a blouse underneath or anything. I just wanted to be really risque. So I was just like, let me just wear it that way.
Just real quick, I wanted to go back to this picture, and
Right.
for us non-fashionistas like myself, what do you mean when you say that this is a statement?
Okay, so a statement piece is something that pops, but something that people can be like, oh, she wore that dress. That's the dress she wore. Like, people relate that dress to me.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Oh, this is when I had brown hair. And this is it's actually a red dress from House of CB. Oh, this is my sporty.
I pulled this just for the TomGirl side, just to get
Yeah.
the sporty side too, because you have lots of different sides to your looks.
And yeah, so I was just wearing a sweater, and this was a day that's freezing out in New York, and I'm just like, you know what? I just want to be comfortable, but I think it gives it that cool little like vibe, you know?
Yeah, they give me like a Nike casual ad,
Right?
you know.
But
type
it's
thing.
actually Champion, I think it's called.
I gotta say, I love the lights too.
Okay, so you know what those lights are? It's so funny because they look like lights, right? But they're not. So here is where the World Trade Center went down, and these are the names of the people that are lit up.
Oh wow.
So it's not even the lights; those are lit up names.
That's amazing to
Yeah,
know.
that is.
Up. This is
And
what
a
I
swimsuit.
Yeah, me in a swimsuit. Okay, so about me, I used to work at a car dealership. And yeah, this is my business attire. This is way before what I do now.
So I noticed 'cause there was a couple pictures with cars. What is your all-time favorite car or car you'd have if you could have any car that you would want?
Oh my God, you know what I really like? If I were to pick a car, like my dream car, it would be like those vintage cars, like, you know, like the old Cadillacs with like the top down and you know, and then just have my head in like a scarf just with like sunglasses. That would be totally my vibe. Like that would be amazing. Like that would be the car and like the whole scenario right there, like on the hill somewhere. That would be amazing.
I think that needs to be one of your goals for one of your next Instagram
Right.
shots. Because I think I love that look too. I think that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, right? Thank you.
So talk to a little bit about since you have like created, obviously everybody loves your photos on Instagram and are following them stuff. What are other things you look for? Like do you have backgrounds like that like in mind before you go, or is a lot of it just like, oh wait, this is amazing, that'd be a great place to shoot? Is it more planned out, or is it more sporadic? And you know?
Sometimes it's like sporadic. I'm just like, hey, are you coming this day? Okay, cool, I'll see you when I see you, and like we'll think of something. And then sometimes I'm just like, no, I want this car, and I want Liz to do my hair, because Liz does my hair. Her Instagram is Hair by Lizette, or no, it's actually Hair Contour. So she does my hair, and then I have, you know, makeup artists who do my makeup. But sometimes when it's like a big video that I feel so passionate about, I'm like, I need it this way, and I need it to be in this location, or I need this type of car, or I need this type of person, and, you know. And sometimes like I'll have like 5 camera people all at once, and I'm like, how did I do this? You know,
Yeah.
which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's great. So a lot of it is building your team, people that are ready to work with you,
Yeah.
and willing to go to different shoots and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, my mind just blinked on this. Oh, I know what I was going to ask. So are there do you have any go-to brands?
My go-to brands. I like Fashion Nova. Fashion Nova is my go-to brand.
Yeah.
I feel like they make their clothes so comfortable, and it's cheap, and you can just wear it and toss it out and buy more, right? And I also like, you know, just regular stuff. Like you'll go to like a random hole in the wall kind of store, and you'll find some cool stuff. Like I'm not much of like, let me wear design or whatever. With shoes I can understand, in bags, but when it comes to clothes come and go, and I don't wear the same clothes all the time. So it's one of those things where I'm just like, all right, I could wear this, looks so cute, okay, cool.
Yeah, I would guess especially for your pictures, 'cause I'm sure you want to do different, not repeat your
Right.
looks.
No, and
stuff.
sometimes I have brands too that like are like, hey, let's work together, let's do a business, like, you know, wear my stuff and post it and all that. So that's what I do as well.
Yeah, that's a good spot.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm like, it's a win-win situation.
For
You guys give
sure.
me free clothes and I just post you. Okay, cool.
All right. Let's see. Any other strategies on building Instagram, or any like mistakes to avoid? Any other tidbits you could give people out there working to try to build
Okay,
theirs?
so mistakes that I feel like I've seen, I feel like people that tend to take a lot of selfies on Instagram, don't do that. No. If anything, put it on your Insta story, put it on your Snapchat, do that. For another thing is like, don't overwhelm with so many photos that aren't clear, you know? Like I feel like it needs to look clear. People need to see, like, they like color. They don't like fuzzy photos. They don't like that, you know? You want to make it look clear as possible.
And what are your rules on how frequently you post?
I would say at least post once a day. I haven't done that because I've just been working on a couple things. But I feel like at least once a day, and there's certain hours to post too.
What hours?
Okay, so like when there's traffic, don't, like, you can do it, but I would suggest when people are already home by like 8 o'clock is good. Right before going into work and at lunch hours. Yeah, those are the good times to like get people.
How about weekends?
Weekends, oh, you know what? On Sundays for me have been like amazing. Sundays have been great. Like all day Sunday is fine. Saturday, I don't suggest at nighttime just because people are out. Friday night, people are out. If you want, Friday during the day, lunch hours, cool. And so is Saturday during the day, like early morning. Cool.
Yeah, I kind of feel like Saturday afternoon people are out
Are
running
out,
errands too,
right.
or getting ready for their Saturday night, or like. But I feel like Sunday you got
At
some people that are
home,
hungover, some
right.
people that are just late relaxing on Sunday.
Sundays are really good days for Instagram.
Okay, great. All right. Well, let's also talk about. So you're from Queens, so we like to talk a little travel and adventure here. So if somebody was going to be going to, is that photo up right now?
Oh my God.
Are they seeing that one?
Yeah, I have that.
Okay, so this one that's up. Let's talk about this. So you took a trip to Thailand.
Yes, I did. Oh my God, that was a trip of my life. Thailand was amazing.
What did you do and what did you love about
What
it?
didn't I do in Thailand? Okay, so that I went with one of my exes, which is really fun. And I had a fear of snakes. And tell me how, like, we ended up at this place where they have snakes. So he takes the snake and puts it on me, and this is like the huge ones, like the ones that like go all the way to the floor, and I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. There's a snake. But then I'm like, okay, I conquered my fear. Cool. What we did, you ever seen those fish that stick to your feet? I don't know.
Oh no, but I've heard about
You
them
ever
because they
heard?
do massages with them, don't they?
It was like the weirdest thing. I was like, oh my God, this is so weird. I went to Phuket, and like that's where I stayed. And we went to 9 different islands. There was one island that they had, and I'm like, oh my God, this is so cool. And I know this sounds crazy, but they closed it down for us, which is pretty cool. I was like, I'm in an island by myself with my ex. I was like, this is amazing. This is great. What else did I do over there? I went on an elephant, which I feel so bad. I'm such a big on like animal rights and all that. And I've never experienced that before. So I thought like ignorance, you know, I thought, hey, like this elephant probably likes it. So when I saw how they treated the elephants, I was like, get me off this elephant right now. Like he does not deserve this at all. So for you guys that are going to Thailand, please do not go on those elephants. Like that's one thing I was like, no, I'm never doing that again, you know? But other than that, like I had a great trip. It was like the nicest hotel. It was I had an infinity pool overlooking like the island. I was like, this is a dream. Can I stay here? This is great. The only thing I just didn't try was the food. Kind of scared. I was like, I don't want to get sick, so I was like eating fruit. I lost so much weight. But I was like throwing it it was so funny because I didn't know like fish ate fruit. So I would throw like bananas into like the sea and they would like eat them. And I was like, this is so cool. I did not know this. This is awesome. So it was like a trip that I was like amazed with. But that's not the only place I've been to either.
Any others on your top?
Dubai. Dubai was pretty cool. I went there with my best friend. Her name is Catherine. And we had such a great time. It was amazing. Like we were there for 4 days though because she was working for, she does like, she used to work for an airline, so they would had like a convention center. So it was around my birthday. So she was like, "Hey, you want to come? Let's do it." I'm like, "Okay, fine." So I can't believe I took like a 18-hour flight by myself. Meanwhile, I'm scared of planes now. I'm like petrified.
From that flight?
No.
Oh, you were just scared of them.
No, I'm just scared of
Gotcha.
them now because I had like a recent flight that had crazy turbulence, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know how I did that flight to Dubai for that long. But it was a good experience. Like the aquarium, the tallest building in the world, the 8-star hotel. It's such an amazing, like if you are gonna do something, Dubai, Thailand are great for vacation.
All right, on the bucket list.
Yep.
Where so if somebody was going to go to your hometown of Queens, where are some spots that you would tell them they have to check out?
Okay. Queens. I would say go watch a game at the Met Stadium, right? Why not? Another thing is you would have to try Gabby's Pizzeria in Hollis, Queens. It's the best. Oh my God, the best pizza. I'm not like, I don't really hang out in Queens because like what we do over there is we go into Manhattan, the city. So we're just like, let's just go on the train and party over there. So why not?
Yeah.
The meatpacking's fun. All those things are fun. So it's a good time in New York.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that place.
I'm like, we should go next time.
Yeah. I went with my dad last year and it was so fun. It was yeah, we had such a blast.
Oh
It's a great Irish bar.
Yeah, you see,
it was great.
you can find a hole in the wall and still have a good time.
That's what this one was. Like, yeah,
See?
we had gone to a show on Broadway, and then we literally were like, didn't want to go to bed yet. So we're like,
Right.
let's go out. We wandered just around the corner in this hole in the wall, and we were like there's probably only 10 of us in the whole bar, and it was so much fun.
And you know what's great about New York? It doesn't sleep, so anything's open at any time. You're there, and you're like, I'm hungry. It's
Yeah.
5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Where can I get a sandwich? Oh, up the block.
Yep.
Yep.
The energy is fantastic. Yes, for sure. All right, let's jump in real quick here and do our tradition here at TomGirl. So we each week do a TomGirl of the week. So for this week, I selected Chloe Kim. Just because I freaking love her. I think she's
I love her too.
amazing, right? I
Yeah.
mean, 17 years old. She's just a little spitfire.
I just can't believe like how someone so young
Yeah.
can achieve a goal. So like, you know, that's determination
Yeah.
and that's dedication, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a great article I read this weekend, and you guys should pick up ESPN magazine. There's a whole feature on her because she was actually could have gone when she was 14, but she was too young for the Olympics. She was good enough to qualify,
Yeah.
so it's even she could even maybe even done this, then, which is
She could even do this
crazy.
later on if she wanted
Oh, she can do it yeah. Like, but the article's really interesting too because it talks about also some of the struggles she has gone through being with, being Korean American and the decisions of, representing America in Korea for the
Yeah.
Olympics, and it just kind of talks about the battles and also what finding her identity. As an American and what the America is about, being a melting pot for different
Right.
cultures, and then she's like, "No, I'm American," So it was
Right.
it was very interesting, especially in this political climate right now. It was a
Right.
great article, and also just go through the sacrifices that her dad made, driving her to go up, skiing every weekend, and he'd take her out early through the night so that she could get up and ski the next day, and people knew early on that she was going to be fantastic.
That's
so.
the thing. Like you need the supportive people around
Yes.
you. That's the thing.
Yep.
That's the key. You're not gonna build yourself up. You need a good team of people who believe in you to help you.
Exactly. Ties back to everything you're
Right.
saying today, too. Like, if she didn't have her dad being willing to do that, she couldn't have driven herself, out
Right.
there, or the other coaches that she was with. Yeah.
Right.
So just like you, finding people who will come do your hair and makeup
Right,
and,
right.
all the camera guys or guys and girls. And yeah, so building the team.
Yep.
Yeah, fantastic. Okay, so before we go tonight, let's talk about upcoming things for you. You have a movie coming out with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, it's called All-Star Weekend. I don't have a big part on it, but it's something where I got my feet wet, where I'm just like, oh, I like this movie, and this is gonna be cool. Like, once I start getting this ball rolling, and it was a pleasure working with him. Like on set, we had a 14-hour shoot. I was in heels all day, and I was just like, oh my god, But he was like singing. It was such a great time. Like the scene that we had was just amazing, and I'm excited about it.
Can you talk about your scene or not yet? I don't know if you can. You probably, yeah. I
Yeah,
think
but
so.
you guys are gonna have to stay
Watch
tuned.
it. Yeah,
Let
yeah.
me just drink this tea.
Yeah, but I know you said, it's not. So how has that gotten, like, your goal setting and your, like, because I know you're like, oh, I have so much more you told me before. I have so much more I want to do, or I feel like there's been so much. But, you're chipping away at it, and you're making, giant leaps with, in certain different aspects and stuff.
So for me, it's just like, I'm so dedicated, and I'm working hard, but there's always people that are up right now working harder than me. So for me, I'm just like, wait, I have to remind myself, let me pick myself back up and let me get back on it, So I always have to have that in my mind where there's somebody doing more. I'm like, no, I gotta do more. It's that motivation.
That kind of lights the fire under you. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So what are your goals?
So my goals is to, because I have my agency that I'm kind of working on right now. Well, I'm working on. It's for brand managing and starting to get like new influencers, and it's anyone, just with people that are like even makeup artists, hairstylists, dentists, host, any type of avenue that needs to be branded right, and I can help them. Let's work, and I have a good eye for that. Like, I feel like I have something where people ask me a lot, like, hey, what do you think I should do this? And then their engagement goes up. So I'm just like, all right, see, if you listen to me, I can help you. That's one of my goals. And then another goal is I want to have a show on a major network, which is like my ultimate dream, and book more movies. That's my like career and life goals.
For your show on the major network, if it could, what would that show look like to you?
It would be the Carmen Project, but like kind of like on like a Showtime or an HBO or something like that. You know, it would be like kind of like life changing. I already started it on YouTube, so we'll see. Yeah,
It's a great place to start.
Right?
It's gonna, just keep
going.
Keep at it, yeah,
Right.
for sure. All right. Well, any last minute tidbits or of advice to people out there, or anything we didn't cover that you want to talk about?
I would just say like go for what you want in life. You know, just don't hesitate. If you envision it, if you see it, you're able to do it in reality. Because if your goals start with a vision, so just go for it. That's it.
Love it. All right. Well, thank you
Thank
so
you for
very
having
much.
me.
Thank you for coming. Tell everybody again where they can follow you at.
Okay, you guys can follow me at Carmen Alicia Ramos on Instagram, and you can find me at the same on YouTube.
Thank you so very
Thank
much,
you.
guys. Thanks for tuning in again. We'll see you again here next week. Have a great week. Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.